So what I got to do is I got to trim off this 3/8 of an inch right here, because I want to mount the tail panel right below these, and it doesn't need to have that much on there. And this thing's super hot. We'll set it over there. All right. Then we'll do the same thing on this one. Wait. Ouch, ouch. Hey. All right. Now I can put these things back on. And reline everything up. We're going to need a couple of mud flaps. Good. That's what I wanted. Yeah. 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 All right. I could trim this off as well in a May, but let's get a place to lay and we'll make a mark and get the drill out here and drill it up. Well, oops, I'm dropping stuff, you know, as I can. So we're just gonna try and center punch these in the center, you know, with the center punch. Well, it's not quite in the center. It's close. And if we move that one out that way, we'll move this one right here probably. Alright, that one's a lot closer than this one. I might could fix this one. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah. Then we'll pop these holes, and then we'll clean up this frame rail, wire wheel it up, and paint it. These were sitting on the bench, if you remember. So we'll get those wire wheeled up, painted, and then we'll put that piece up there and bolt it on. Then we're ready to wire. All right, so this is pretty tricky to do upside down and without the fan. But what we're gonna do is plug this in. Now what can happen is you can pop a circuit breaker and unplug this thing, and then your magnet drops your drill on your face, and that's not any fun, really. These things weigh a ton. I wish there was a better way of making her happening, but there's not. The bad thing about it is there's not any place to make it happening at. Let's see if we can make her magnet onto there. So we put the pin in the hole. Okay, and then we look to see what we got. Okay. Okay. So we're going to So the object here is to get those drilled without destroying this $26 bit. And it can be done. All right. So we're going to just work on the magnet first, and then worry about drilling. Yeah. So we're going to crank this up, put it on the center of that thing. We're going to hope that that's enough magnet to drill with. Let me look at it. Let's see. smells like the same coolant that we used at American Axle. But yeah, okay, so I don't know what I was just doing. I was just gonna do something, but I was gonna look for that handle. So anyway, that stuff worked pretty good. Now I'm going to clean up this mess right quick. Oh, that's hot. We'll clean up this mess with the magnet right quick and get the fan back on. Okay, so, you know, I asked you guys if you knew the difference between nickel and copper antices, and we got a lot of good information. Some of my key takeaways are you don't use copper with aluminum, but with stainless, it's okay. So what we'll do is we're going to use these. These are like stiffeners. We'll use these. We're going to put the bolts down through the top maybe. Nope, they're going to go up through the bottom. We're going to use the washer inside the unit, and we'll use a lock washer and a nut on the top. You guys okay with that? Okay. All right. Damn it. That pisses me off. I didn't even think about the problem we had in the first place. And that was that the flaps were going to be whatever. All right, pretty solid. I don't think I like it, but whatever. It's not, might not even be permanent, so it is what it is. All right, so what we're gonna do is, these are gonna be brake. These are gonna be turn. This is what's up, guys. Man, what a shit day out today. So now I had Rhonda sitting here, and Jessica's gonna wash the truck, and so got Rhonda sitting out here running. Then somebody came over and was talking. I was like, look, I got it to work. Then I saw there's some fuel dripping on Rhonda, so I wanted to see where that was. I climbed down and looked, and it's the pump, of course, you know, because why wouldn't it be? And then I get out and I jump in the truck. Jessica moves, and I back up and run right over my phone. And I didn't know that my phone fell out of my pocket. But I crushed the camera cluster. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me flick you around. I crushed the camera cluster, and so now none of the cameras work. Forward facing camera, back facing camera, camera facing camera, whatever. Nothing works. So that's cool. You know, it's all right. It's just, you know, $300-400, whatever the hell they charge to do that nowadays. Let's see what else is busted. It's really crazy because it's just the cameras. The phone's pretty tough. I mean, because I drove right over it, and it didn't break anything, but I guess it squeezed the cameras in tight, and so, you know, the pictures app, the camera app doesn't even do nothing. You open it up and it's garbage. So that's what I needed. I needed my phone to be a piece of shit, you know, because I rely on my phone so much that it's great that, you know, here it is broken, and so I'll get a new one, a replacement, and then it'll take all day to move the stuff from this phone to that phone, and then yeah, so pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I wanted to get after getting the headliner out of Rhonda, but Jessica's, you know, we've been using Jessica's truck out at the ranch a lot. You know, we alternate driving mine and hers, and then, you know, it looks like shit. It's got grass and everything in it, and it just looks like shit. So I wanted to get the headliner out of Rhonda, but nope, I got to move that so Jessica can wash her truck, because we don't want to just run it through the car wash, because, you know, it's $30 we didn't want to spend. But we're trying to, like, be conscious of spending right now until we get some of the stuff under control at the ranch. But and I got to get working on X today, so, you know, that just pisses me off, but whatever. So I'm going to you know, suck it up and just get it done. I'm gonna clean up this mess right here, and then probably measure for some mud flaps, and probably take a look at tucking and hiding wiring. And we got to figure out what controls the side marker lights. Seth bought some replacements, so we'll get some of those things replaced, and we'll get some wiring done on that. We got to get some headlight bulbs too, and some turn lights. So anyways, let me clean up this mess and we'll bring it back. It's crazy. I was just asking Jessica, I was like, when I ordered mud flaps for your truck, did I just get one, or did I order 3 so I'd have 2 in stock? And we couldn't remember, and apparently I have them in stock, so it's good. So I'm going to mount those up today. Yeah, we'll find some fasteners, and I doubt that I have stainless. But what we'll do is we'll get them mounted up, at least temporarily, with a couple of bolts so they're on there, and we'll start tucking some of this wiring. But man, that's cool, right? You know, these mud flaps are always annoying because they're not quite cut exactly how they should be. And yeah, so it's kind of annoying. go. You gotta put some anti-seize on these because they these stainless nuts, they will gall like you've never seen before. All right, now I might be properly prepared. I like to go with a little longer bolt. But I don't really have much of a choice because I don't have any with me, and getting some in town's not in the budget, and ordering some and waiting's not in the time budget. So there we go. You know, you guys would be surprised probably how much money you can spend just on nuts and bolts. It's crazy. I'm gonna say I got a couple grand just in bolts out of my stock. You know, you got to figure every bolt on this suspension is all out of my stock. So things go pretty quick. These the bolts I like to use on the
Where's your phone?
Just set it right there. It's not gonna break. Okay, so yeah, Anyways, these stainless bolts, you can pay $1 a piece if you're not careful. You know what I'm saying? And those big bolts, them frame bolts, you know, those can be a couple of bucks. Couple of bucks 50 a piece. It's crazy how much fasteners cost. And drill bits, you know, for a good set of drill bits, about $200, and then you can burn them up pretty quick. You know, $1,000 phone, you can not know it fell out of your pocket and run it over with your Peterbilt heavy wrecker. Get these flaps on just in time for Jessica to get the car wash stuff out. And you can get these mud flaps, get some soap on them, you know what I'm saying? All right. Nice. I love mud flaps. You guys love mud flaps? These are just the generic ones they sell at Fleet Pride, and they're just nice. Let me grab 4 more nut and bolts. I'll be right back. Okay, I'll get these set up here, and we'll probably knock them all off. You know, because why wouldn't we? We'll drill the ends, get the bolts in, just like we did that side. Then we will, you know, drill the middles while they're in the flap bracket. Super annoying. So what we gotta do is this way. Let the flap just sit. And if you guys want the part number, GT2424C as in Charlie. That's the flaps I use on everything that takes a 24-inch flap. Yeah, isn't that weird? So normally what we do is we cut off this corner. And it's because it fits inside that end cap, you know. Cut towards cut around the meat, you know. That's why that one was so tough to get started, because I didn't have enough, I didn't cut the notch. And then you set this nut on there. Like so, yeah. Of course. It's all right. We don't mind. All right. Yeah. Be nice to get this wire loomed up today and then make a trip under the truck with zip ties and zip tie up and pretty up the air lines. And then we can turn this truck back around and do headlights and the cab marker lights. And then we can drive this thing. We just get these nuts into the nylon and then call it done. Okay, that one's not quite the nylon. There we go. Okay. Like $1,000,000, don't it? Now, this is with the airbags up. So they held air all night, so they're pretty much up where they're supposed to be, which is cool. But even if they're a little bit short, I don't mind. They're on there, they're legal, and that's the important part. Now what we'll do is we'll get some wire loom. We'll get that center part uncoupled, get that back plate on with the wires through the grommet, and then we'll snap all those back together. We'll heat up all of those shrink wraps and we'll loom that all up, and hopefully we'll be done with the wiring back here, provided the turn signals actually blink. That would be super cool. We'll bring it back. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get under here think this is the outside. Yep. So we're gonna get under here. Sharp edges and stuff, handle with care. Get under here and we'll get these wires tucked through, and then we'll put this on. And that exactly there is how I broke my phone. Anyway. So I'm going to take these 4 apart. Because we're not sure which one of these is the right or the left. There's 4. Okay. I'm take these and go over here. And then these are going to go through that. Let me see if I can just put one bolt in at the top to hold that thing. Yeah, see, that's going to drop that on my face probably. This is what we don't want. So we'll put multiples across the top since they'll only start in just a little. There we go, that one's good. Let's see, maybe this one will be too. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, and these come out of there. Okay. Oh, not too shabby. Okay. Then we're gonna heat these up. Oh, that's got warm. Quick. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, so yeah, the baby's gonna be booking out here pretty soon, so we're gonna have to wrap up, but
Gotta roll up the window on Rhonda too.
yeah. Well, guys, fixing to have a thunderstorm. Clouds are moving. About 60 knots up there. Twirling and burning and whatever. But we got the back of X done as far as electrical. So we started cleaning up the air lines and zip tying. We're about halfway done back here. We got to get up underneath the cab, cinch some stuff up, pull some stuff forward. I don't know how we got that big loop in there, but we got a couple of feet extra somehow. We'll have to get that dragged forward and snipped off and refastened, and maybe some of it will have to come back. We'll have to see. But we're gonna make a crossbar for a pogo stick and some lines and a trailer connector. But it's good to have this done. We're gonna get these all cleaned up. Need a little bit more wire loom, but right now we are 100% out of time, and we got to get this tent down. So we'll see you.